Hi friends, today I bring in front of you a very weird story. Something that's unbelievable that probably even I have never seen in my entire life. Um, it's simple, it's funny, but it does have a big take home message. So recently I had in my outpatient department a lady who came in at the 8th month of pregnancy. She had never had babies before, and when I asked her, she said that she has just discovered that she is pregnant. Yes, my friends, 8 months of pregnancy, and she felt no signs of pregnancy. She didn't feel baby movements, she did not have nausea, vomiting, none of the signs of pregnancy that we normally anticipate. On further asking her about how the journey was, she pinpointed to me that she was a patient of rheumatic heart disease since childhood and was taking medication for the same. Due to the heart condition, she also had essential hypertension and she was on medication for the same. They had visited some infertility specialists for help with their fertility and childbearing dreams. However, they had been advised that it's not possible. When she missed her period, she again consulted the doctor, and the doctor, without examining her or getting any blood reports done, told her that it could be possibly menopause because that's how her blood reports were earlier. So she thought, since the doctor is saying it's menopause, well, it would be menopause. So she didn't give any of the minor symptoms any thought, and she went ahead with the pregnancy. She went ahead and took all the medicines that a pregnant woman should not take, including certain types of hypertensive medications that we should not give a pregnant woman, certain diuretic medications that we cannot give a woman when she's pregnant. It was only around the 7th month when she suffered a brain stroke because of the combined use of drugs that were not supposed to be taken with the changes that happen in pregnancy, and she had a brain stroke. That's where she was admitted in one of the big hospitals of the city. They did an entire workup. Again, they did not check for pregnancy. They treated, of course, they treated the stroke very well. She came out of it, and just out of a whim, one of the doctors suggested that since you've had so many tests, let's also go ahead and check a sonography of the abdomen and pelvis. And voila, that's where we saw the baby. She came to me with the sonography. The baby was really small. There was hardly any water around the baby, obviously because of all the medication. But our big concern was that has the baby suffered any structural changes or any anomalies because of all these medications that the mother was on, unknowingly, of course. So for the next week and a half, after counseling the mother and father thoroughly, and telling her about all the grim possibilities that this pregnancy could end in, we started medication so that the water around the baby would increase. We put the mother on a special diet which was rich in protein and rich in calories per se. We gave her certain other support medication and controlled her blood pressure, switched her to medicines which were allowed to be taken to control blood pressure in pregnancy, and did a joint treatment with a neurologist, a cardiologist, and us, the gynec team. After a month, baby had grown quite well for the kind of conditions that the baby had gone through. She had completed her 9 months or 36-37 weeks, and we were seeing certain small changes in the Dopplers, which is the blood flow towards the baby, which is why, without taking any further chances, we decided to terminate the pregnancy. We did a cesarean section, which went uneventfully. We delivered a baby boy, 1.6 kilos in weight, which was a miracle from all considerations. Baby was transferred to the NICU, obviously because of being low birth weight, but with God's grace, except for the low birth weight, baby was otherwise doing well. In a week, baby boy was discharged home. Today, he is breastfeeding, he is happy with his mum, and the parents are delighted to have their little bundle of joy, although with a lot of surprises their way. I hope you found this story interesting, but let's also understand what are the take home points. Very importantly, if you are suffering from any chronic illness, make sure that you are keeping updated with the changes that it's creating on your body. Secondly, whenever you miss your period, Don't listen to people who just tell you off the cuff that it's menopause or it's this or it's that. Make sure you do take the appropriate blood tests, you get an ultrasound scan done. Nobody can diagnose your illness or your metabolism physiology just by looking at you. So it's very important for any doctor to run the test for you and then give you a diagnosis, not just tell you. Of course, this goes for women who are sexually active. So if you don't have a partner or if you're not sexually active, the reasons for the period irregularity or no period happening every month could be different. We'll deal with that in another video. But for women who are sexually active, definitely you need to do certain blood tests, maybe even a urine test, and get your ultrasound scans done. Make sure you go to a certified gynecologist. We'll also talk about what credentials should one look at before they go and see a doctor, because we've been hearing about a lot of scams that happen around people practicing with fake degrees. We will be coming up with another video on that as well. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you don't take small symptoms lightly. You visit the appropriate specialists. In critical cases like this, it's always best that not one doctor but a team of doctors who are experts in their particular fields help you and help you sail through a difficult pregnancy or a high risk pregnancy. I hope you found this information helpful, and I hope you have a lot of take home points from this. I'll be back with another video real soon. Thank you.